Hello everyone, today we are going to make mutton dalcha and there's a number of things, but don't worry, look at the description box below the video. You will get all the ingredients and exact amounts there. What I have here is 650 grams of ribs cut about 2-inch long. If you cut it 1 inch, what happens is at the end of the pressure cooking you have bones and the meat separate, so cut it about 2 inch so that doesn't happen. You will need tur dal. I'm only taking half tur dal followed by a little bit of kadala paruppu. To get 3/4 of a small bowl, is kadala paruppu gives a thickening to the dish. So I will wash this and put it in here. I've already got turmeric in there. I'll put about a teaspoonful of rock salt. This I will wash and put it in. Another word for kadala paruppu is chana dal. I'm putting all that in and boil it down. And I'm also putting in 7 small onions. They will get very soft after you set the pressure cooker for 7 whistles. I will blend all these ingredients in this bowl. That is 3 1-inch size ginger and 14 garlic. Blend them and put half the amount in here and the other half keep it for later. I'm going to put in half of the blended ginger garlic paste and I'm going to put in half of that long green chili too in here. I've already added 1 heaping teaspoon of coarse salt. I'll quickly run by every of these ingredients here with you. What I have here is chili powder. I'll show you later how much I'm going to add in. And I have turmeric powder. This is a packet of Dalcha powder I bought from a supermarket. I use all. I have black pepper, coarse salt, a little bit of ghee, oil and water. Other than that, what I have here is 1 carrot, 1 large brinjal, and this is 2 of the mongakai that I have shaved off the outer layer, and 2 ripe tomatoes, and I have 1 sprig of curry leaves and 3 large onions. You can actually use 2 if you wish. I like the taste of this onion. And there's half a green chili here, the other half is in there, and this is 3 dried chilies. And I've got a very small amount of tamarind. I will taste and see as it goes how it is, because I've got 2 large tomatoes. I prefer the sourness from the tomatoes, and maybe I'll top up with this lime, but this tamarind I'm just getting it ready because I might use just a bit. And this is coriander leaf and 3 small potatoes. This I have already ground earlier and kept half here. And the spices we need, I don't have one of them, which is actually quite necessary. Cloves. You need at least 6 cloves for this much of mutton, and I've got 3 star anise. I'm doing without it, but please put it in. 3 star anise, 2 1-inch cinnamon stick. I've broken one of them to 2, and about 6 cardamoms, and 1 biryani leaf torn into 2. And I also have fenugreek, just half a teaspoon of fenugreek and half a teaspoon of mustard seed. And this is 1 heaping spoon of fennel. This is a real must. This I will dry roast it and pound it. Okay, I think I've covered everything, and I'm going to increase the flame here, and I'll cut up all these things now. Okay, the mutton is done and I'm going to remove it, but remember, never hold it by the handle because the steam is full-fledged in there. So just hold it from the base if you can and remove it. And now I'm going to dry roast the fennel. Dry roast it, put it in your batu tumbuk or your pestle and mortar and let it cool down. Then it will be easier to dry roast it. And meanwhile, I've got ready a pot and some oil in there. I'll be adding in a little bit of ghee. Dry roast until it turns orangey, not black, so watch it carefully. It will continue roasting in the pan. Yeah? Just use a small pan if you have one like this. If not, any pot will do. But don't overburn it. Once it turns brown, brownish gold, take it out and let it be in your pestle and mortar. And I am going to heat up the pot. I just realized I forgot to speak in Malay. Oh dear. Okay, what I will do is put all the ingredients in Malay too. I think it's too late to go back and do everything because that is done. So I hope all of you will understand. Sometimes I get a bit forgetful, very forgetful, not a bit. I do get very forgetful. Okay, sekarang nanti ada minyak ya dalam ni. Minyak, kemudian saya masukkan ghee sikit. Untuk dalcha kalau ada ghee memang sedap ya. Saya pakai 1 tablespoon lah. Dan saya akan hangatkan api ya. Dan juga saya continue potong-potong semua. Tadi tak habis lagi. Saya dah potong bawang, dah potong bawang besar, kentang dan carrot. Tomato dengan ini belum lagi ya. Ini buah kelo ya. Potong 2 inci gitu. Okay, sekarang kita masukkan biji sawi. Now we put in the mustard seeds, followed by the fenugreek. Biji sawi dan halva masuk ya dulu. Lepas tu kayu manis, 3 buah lawang, pelaga 6. 1 keping daun biryani saya koyak 2. Goreng-goreng ni dulu. Lepas tu kita masukkan bawang ya, sampai dia meletup-letup. Okay, lepas tu saya masukkan bawang, bawang besar hiris. Saya pakai 2 yang sederhana, 1 yang kecil sikit lah size-nya. Ini bawang besar ya. Goreng sampai keemasan sikit. Jangan terlalu brown tapi keemasan sikit. Okay, I put in the spices such as 2 cinnamon stick and 3 star anise and 6 cardamom, 1 biryani leaf torn into 2. Okay, and remember I said earlier I didn't have cloves. Cloves will be very nice for dalcha, so put about 6 to 8. Saya tak ada buah cengkeh ya. Kalau boleh masukkan 6 hingga 8 sebab itu yang macam menaikkan rasa dia ya, buah cengkeh. Taruh dalam 6 lah. Sekarang goreng sampai dia tukar warna. Lepas tu masukkan daun kari, cili hijau yang separuh tadi, baki dia, dan masukkan tomato. Dekat ni apa nanti akan buat ya, ialah goreng sikit cili kering ni, lepas tu keluarkan. Ini akan dimasukkan waktu hujung-hujung saja. Sebab kalau masukkan awal-awal dia akan hancur ya. Jangan sampai hitam sangat bila goreng. What I will do now is push the onions to one side and just fry up this onions and remove it. I could have put it on earlier, but what happens is, as usual, I forgot. Or if you leave it in, what happens is it might get disintegrated in your dalcha. I don't know about majority of people. I always like my food looking a bit pretty. For me, color and the look of ingredients is very important. Some people don't bother. They say the taste is what is important. But for me, like I said, all those things, little things are important. And now I'm going to put it the blended remainder of that ginger garlic paste. Cook it down until the raw smell goes off. Then put in the tomatoes and the curry leaves. You can put in the curry leaves now, the remainder of the green chili. Remember I put half in the mutton when I was boiling it. Now I'm putting 2 tomatoes in here. I'm getting ready half a soup spoon of freshly ground pepper. This stage, I would put in half of the roasted and pounded fennel, just half of it, and another half a teaspoon of turmeric. Okay. Remember I told you about the dalcha powder. If you don't have this, I bought this in Maiden in the loose condiment section. They have this. I think I'll use all. Yeah, I normally don't use this, but because I don't have the mixed meat curry powder, I saw this and I bought it, so I'm trying it out. It smells real good. Okay, just cook it down a bit. At this stage, just cook it down. You can start adding your potatoes now because this is a hard veggie. So it will take time. Cook it down softly. This is a very important thing to do when you use dry spices like this. cooked the masala down and put in the potatoes. And what I will put in right now is the brinjals. Saya dah masukkan kentang tadi kan, sekarang saya masukkan terung ya, dan semua ni, dan goreng sekejap dalam kuah ni. Lada hitam pun saya masukkan sekarang, dan lepas ni masukkan ke semua ni. Dal dah hancur ya, tapi jangan takut kalau tak hancur habis. Kadang-kadang macam ni pun sedap, sebab ada orang tak suka kuah yang pekat-pekat kan. Macam saya suka kuah cair sikit, pekat dan cair. As long as you've gone for 6 whistles, don't worry if the dal is still whole, because as it boils down, it will disintegrate. And actually, some people do not like that very thick gravy, okay, because you'll get more of the dal flavor and less of the mutton flavor when you do it that way. So just go by how your family would like. Everyone has got their own taste and things, so you see how your family likes. I'll be closing and cooking this so that it cooks faster. Saya akan tutup dan masaknya. Ada family yang suka dalcha ni pekat-pekat. Kalau macam tu, naikkanlah lagi dalam pressure cooker mungkin 8 whistle sampai dia hancur habis. Macam kuah dal yang dekat kedai mamak tu kan, pekat-pekat gitu. Untuk roti canai tu okey, untuk roti canai. Tapi dal ni tengoklah macam mana siap family lain. Ada orang yang kata cair, ada orang yang kata pekat, ada orang yang masuk santan. Saya belum lagi nak masuk santan, biar saya rasa dulu. Sebab dal ni pun boleh memutihkan kuah. Santan tu untuk melemakkan. Sudah ada ghee kan dalam ni. Tadi cili pun saya tak masuk rasa kan. Cili kering saya tak masuk. Rempah dalcha saja. Tapi saya sudah standby ya. Sudah standby asam jawa kalau perlu. Dan ini batang-batang ketumbar saya masukkan dulu. Daun dia last. Rasa sekarang boleh masukkan lagi ya garam. Garam boleh masukkan lagi. Saya pakai garam kasar. Okay, I'm going to close and cook it until the potatoes and the brinjals are cooked. I've added in another teaspoon of coarse salt. All exact amounts used will be given in the description section. Okay, it's almost cooked, so I'm opening it up to thicken it just a bit to what I want it to look like. I won't add tamarind right now. I would like to add it at the end. I think I took out the chili powder, but I did not use it because I'm quite happy with this color I have here. Don't like it too red. At this stage I would taste it. Saya keluarkan serbuk chili tadi, tapi rasa-rasa saya takkan pakai sebab warna ni dah cukup cantik untuk saya. Saya masukkan lagi 1 sudu garam kasar ya. Tinggal lagi sedikit lagi biji jintan manis. So itu last lah dengan baki lada hitam. Saya akan juga sediakan sedikit santan untuk melemakkannya lagi ya. I have added in another teaspoon of salt, and what is left here is the remainder of the fennel that will go in last, and black pepper. The remainder of the black pepper. I'm now cooking this to evaporate it a little bit. Okay, it will thicken as it cools down, remember that. So this is what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to add a little bit of tamarind juice. I'm going to pour half of this water away, and I've taken a box of santan. I'll just drizzle some in towards the end. This is the end product of the dalcha. What I added in was the remainder of the black pepper and the remainder of the roasted and pounded fennel, and I added in another half a teaspoon of coarse salt and 2 tablespoons of thick coconut milk from the packet, and I added in the remainder of the fried dried chilies as well as the remainder of the coriander leaf and a small wedge of lime, and this is it. Okay, do try it out at home this weekend and let me know how it turned out. And remember, if you don't have the dalcha powder, always use a small packet, that small packet of meat curry powder. All ingredients are given in the description box. Okay, do enjoy cooking, share my videos, give me likes and recommend my channel to your friends. Bye bye.